Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's prime time once again. Prime time. Excuse me. And here we have Alpha Trion, the Master Archivist. Sorry for the camera dissolution. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the fact that he's based off the original G1 Transformer cartoon. Not a lot of figures do that nowadays, now I'm thinking about it. Inspiration, sure, but not direct homage. But anyway, here we go. I'm not gonna lie, he's a nice maroon purple color. And like many figures, I'm glad they actually give them open palms instead of closed hands all the time, which is nice, really, really nice to me. And he also comes with Covenant of, excuse me, as I was saying, the Covenant of Primus, which he himself wrote, shockingly. One thing I'm surprised is that there are understanding it's a book, but they're an ancient race, with advanced technology. Here he has like this Cybertronian looking book and a quill. Like a quill. Like, okay. Who out of everyone would expect him to have a quill? Now he's just got there we go. Now you can just write into his cyber thing. And I actually like the detail of this book device thing. If you look closely, I know due to the light, it's kind of hard to do so. Here, let me see. There we go. The insignia, the words are in the language, and it actually has somewhat like pages. You can almost close this book. And the first page, which is actually, oddly enough, like a tape recorder. If you can believe that. Tape recorder. Strange. And now on to the, once again, my terrible accent and the guy who can't even voice act that well. The transformation. I gotta stop doing that one. Here we go. We gotta close the hands in here. I never understood these little snubs right there. I never understood those. It could be blasters or something like that. In my honest opinion, I don't know. Could have missed something or something I'm not paying attention to. Gotta remove this. Also forgot his shield, which he could add to his arm, like so. Not bad. Now we have to lift this thing up, put his head down. Great, now to the other part, where his back is broken in two. Twist this thing around, flip his back feet into his front feet, flip these things over, collapse these in. I said collapse these in. Here. There we go. Move these upward. I'm going to assume. First time actually moving these things. Alright then, put these up. These to the side. Actually, put this part downward. Flip these over. Push these things down, inward, make sure they snap in place. Put this part in there. His arms, forearms. Make sure they snap in place. Ah, there we go. And here we have half his vehicle mode. Now for this part. To break them open, put them in here. I honestly don't know what they're meant to be. Of course, these futuristic flying Cybertronian mode, which always great in concept. In the words of Megatron, the developers have to use their imagination. these in there in the proper place. And then here we go. Alpha Trion in his vehicular mode. This space surfboard transport thing that I don't know. But it's not bad, really. It's funny how his face can still be seen through this. One would be thinking he's always watching his back. Yeah. Not a bad figure, though. Not bad at all. And lovely Autobot symbol right there. And inner child in me is screaming at the top of my lungs. And now back to his robots mode. Get this thing out here. Flip this over. Put his knee joints back into place. Turn him around. Not very complex, which, you know, I remember the 2010 era of Transformers where some of the figures were pretty complex. Looking at you, Transformers War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. If anyone else did that figure, congratulations. Probably I have very bad skill issue. Get this out. Get this out. This one always bothered me. Now then. Flip these two back over. Move this cockpit up. This out of the way. Back down on his back. Fixing it back in proper position, lest he cries out in pain. Fix his head. And all is well and good. And so that was Alpha Trion. One thing I'm surprised he can actually do, you can take out the Autobot symbol here. I don't know if this is a reference to, I honestly don't know. Question me in the comments or anything else or something. And that happened. But yeah, that was Alpha Trion. The Master Archivist, and I realized what these little nubs go to his shield, and it makes sense considering he's not exactly a fighter. We don't know him to be a fighter, except for in Transformers 1, which shockingly takes more inspiration from this Alpha Trion from Titan's Return. Which, and honestly, I'm shocked they would do that, but hey, you gotta have him having, you know, a fight scene if you're not gonna do any other Prime. Am I right? Anyway, that's all for the day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would like. This is Kai Sam, the guy who needs to work on his voice acting. And not be an inconvenience. See you later.